Patrick and Lester at PALS. Folks, this is a 2013 C-Max. This is an electric plug-in hybrid. Now, this car is a 2013. Ford made these models until 2019, and then they went away from them. As you all know, Toyota Prius is the #1 seller, and that's a regular hybrid. So Lester, what is the difference between a plug-in hybrid and an electric hybrid?
Basically what you can do is you can plug it in like you would, say like a Tesla or something like that. You still plug it in to recharge the battery. Now what's going on here is the battery, this is the main battery here, right here. It's all encased in everything down under here. It's got some bad cells and stuff in it. So the only way to fix that is to pull that out and change it. But what you would do is, like on a Toyota Prius, you drive it and it regenerates the battery, because the transmission has a generator in it that replaces the energy that's being drawn out of the battery.
So a Toyota Prius has got a gasoline engine,
right, that
recharges the main battery.
Right, and it also helps with pulling when it needs extra power and stuff to accelerate and stuff like that.
Now, does this car have an engine in it?
Yes, it does.
So it has a regular 4-cylinder engine.
Right.
But the engine does not run off of gasoline.
Well, the engine runs off of gasoline. It's just that it doesn't regen the battery.
Okay, so not only do I need to plug this car in, I also need to fill it with gasoline?
Yes, sir. Yes,
really? Okay, so the Prius, you never have to plug in, but you have to put gasoline in it.
Correct.
The C-Max plug-in electric hybrid means that you have to not only plug in the battery, but you also have to replenish the gasoline when it goes down.
Correct.
Okay, so when you're looking at these cars, folks, now, so then the next step from this, the basic step, the hybrid, would be a combination gasoline and electric that you never plug in. Then this type of hybrid is a plug-in, so the battery does most of the work, and it's about double the size of a regular hybrid, like the Prius, but you still have to fill in gasoline. The full electric car, like the Teslas, are strictly plug-in.
Correct.
Okay, so there's 3 different options with these. You know, folks, it's a complicated situation when you're looking at these cars. Now, all of these cars need regular maintenance, just like a gasoline or diesel engine. This car is a 2013. You can see from the video, it's been well taken care of. It's a good car. She's had it for 10 years. The battery has failed. She chose to put another battery in. Now, how does that compare in cost to a gasoline engine? Well, to put in this battery is going to be right at $10,000. When you look at an engine for a gas burner, you're looking about the same, about that $10,000. Some are a little less, some are more. The same thing with these hybrids. Sometimes the batteries are a little less, sometimes they're a little bit more. Now, if this was a Prius, we'd be looking at less expensive for the battery, right?
Correct. Correct. We'd be looking right around, the last one we did was about $8,000. About
$8,000. So it all depends how much you have to buy in a battery. The same way with an engine. If you compare a gas engine to a diesel engine, the cost of the diesel is much more expensive. Same thing with these hybrids. If you've got a Toyota style, Prius style hybrid, the cost of that battery versus the cost of this C-Max, the C-Max is going to be more expensive. So going down the road, what does the gas engine do for this car?
It helps pull and gives it a little bit. It helps with that. The battery helps with economic on it, and it still uses a little bit of the engine to accelerate to get up going. Otherwise, just cruising, the battery does the job.
Okay, so this car is going to be okay. Now, when we get into economy, folks, you got to think about this, right? Kilowatts per hour are a big deal with hybrids. Okay. So even though you aren't putting gasoline into your tank, you're putting electricity into your tank. So you have to figure out all of the costs that go along with these cars. It's the same thing when you buy a gasoline car versus a diesel car. Does the diesel extra mileage make up for the extra cost of the diesel? Same thing as with these, right? Because it all has a cost.
Right. Everything costs to go down the road. Even if you had a horse, you got to put fuel in that horse. That's feed and stuff like that. It still costs you. The only thing that doesn't cost you is when you walk in your own feet.
And you know, folks, every car has costs available, and every car has pluses and minuses. You know, it's the middle of January, and up in Chicago, I've been seeing videos of electrics that can't charge because of the cold weather up there. Now, if you
getting all frozen up and everything, and it won't take a charge.
Now, if you go back to the late 70s and early 80s when there was a gas shortage, people were going to diesels. And at that time, up in the Chicagoland area, the diesel cars would not start because it was too cold for them. They didn't have the glow plug technology that they have today. Well, it's going to be the same with these hybrids and these electric cars. They will overcome that over time. But when you're in the market looking at this, look at where you live, look at what you really need the car for, what your uses are. And another thing with these cars, some of them take up to 45 minutes to recharge, right?
Oh, easily. I mean, Teslas I can't remember the exact amount, but they're only getting like 50% charge in a short time.
So that's another thing. I mean, you go into the gas station, 5-minute trip, you're back on the road. You come into a charging station,
you could be 3 hours.
You'd be 3 hours to get a full charge. So it's all how you're intending to use the car and what you need the car for. Also, if you take a look back here, and Lester and I were just talking about this, look at how much cargo room you lose with the battery.
It lost basically all of it, because this was all trunk before in the regular car. Now it's all battery. You got maybe 2 square foot of cargo area.
So folks, when you're taking a look at these, take a look at your wallet, take a look at how you really intend to use the car, and then make your decision. Hybrids are good technology. Gas cars are good technology. Each one's got its purpose. Find the one that's right for you, and if you have a problem with it, bring it to PALS. See you soon.